You have been many years in mobility, shared mobility. When you look back, I'm sure you were motivated and there's some things that you wanted to change, like you explain now. Yeah. Looking back, what is one of the things that you are most proud of, that you really look back at, like this amazing view, that you say, wow, we really did it, you know, that really motivates you to even go further?
The view was already there. So maybe some buildings came up, but I think the view was already there. But what I'm really proud of, like you said in the intro, it's the anniversary date of Good Move, the new circulation plan, and that's something I'm really proud of. Because it's you also said in the intro, mobility is something really emotional. It's something. It's not like even building a school can be difficult. But here you really touch the everyday life of all the users, of the habitants, of the people that come work here, of the shop owners, of the enterprises. It touches everybody, and so you have to take that into account. You have to be prepared for like kind of backlash. And so we took a lot of time to prepare the whole implementation of the circulation plan, and to see like 1 year after that things are working. Also in return, in terms of feedback we get from people who live here, and also people who visit here. It's quite positive. When we implemented the plan, I did an interview for it was BX1, and on the background there were two people like screaming, yelling, and it's terrible, and you need to remove the plan. And like yesterday, I had again BX1 an interview, and there was a couple coming over and really saying, "Oh, Bart, thank you so much. It's much nicer now. We really like what you did." And so you see this change, and that is really something very motivating.
So in a way, actually, you and your team had to be a little bit a visionary, because, as you said, it was a lot of pushbacks because people they don't like change often. But when you look at the results now, there are some positive results with Good Move.
We see much more bikers. Also, bikers. It's also the shared mobility. It's also
bus and tram, metro.
We see much more of that. We see much less transit traffic in the city center. So these are very positive. We are waiting for more specific results on air quality and sound. But what we already feel, and also the feedback we get, is like the police is getting much less complaints about sound, because in the Quartier des Quais, it's very close. We have a lot of streets with cobblestones, and so if you have 1,000 cars less riding on these cobblestones, 1,000 cars less. That is 1,000 cars who are not riding on the cobblestones. It's much less noise, and for people who live and even work here, it's much nicer.
People who have like a shop tend to think, okay, we will have less people coming to our shop. But actually, if you look at the living standards of people who live here, less noise, but also there's more walkability. People can easily walk to stores and whatever. So it actually improves overall the living standards of the neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. And here, what we also always said is mobility is not an objective as such. It's a means.
Exactly.
And so you make people move to go someplace. That's quite logical in that sense. But here it's also like the mobility, we use it as a leverage, and then we come up with these renovation plans. You saw coming here, we are renovating the whole, a lot of streets are being renovated. And to make it more practical for, exactly like you said, for pedestrians, for people who bike, also buses get more access or specific access without the cars then, and so to make them ride faster. That's something we discovered as well. Like they say it's like a boutade that's used by my colleague in Ghent. The best bike plan is a car plan, and so and that's what we see in the numbers here now in Brussels. 36% more bikers, because there are less cars in the city. But what we also see is that all the bus lines and tram lines in the city center, in the Pentagon, are going faster. So that means. So that means that we can actually
less traffic.
We can increase the offer of our public transport because they can move faster in traffic, and that is a very big advantage. It's like the plan is not just for bikers; it's for all other alternative users, and also like people who have a need to drive with the car. Now we do not see we see much less traffic jams in Brussels, and so that means that even if you ride a car, okay, maybe you have to do a small detour, but the fact that there are less cars makes it more fluid for people like who have to drop things off or people who just live here or work here.